So obviously we've got the death strip, we've got the outer wall of the Dragon's Teeth, but we've got the inner walls as well. And many of these houses appear to actually have been built possibly even before the Second World War. So you've got the Breezebog outer wall, you've got the next one, you've got the barbed wire fence, which probably was electrified, but also it's covered with an extra mesh, the object of which is to stop people climbing over it. And also the aim here is that the soldiers which would be here would have had a clear view of people on both sides, although people within the housings wouldn't really necessarily, or people on the other side of the wall wouldn't have known what was this side of the wall. Now we can see one of the border control poodles was probably just mauled somebody to death. From this point we can see how close the village is to the wall. Then the security area here is, I would say, not much more than its narrowest point. I don't think, I would say about 250 meters, no further. That's very, very narrow. That's like the sort of thing which one saw in Berlin. Normally in the East Germany it was at least 1 kilometer. Having said that, in this case they did have the village here, which is almost bang on the border. Also there's a kink in the border wall, I suspect because of that the land is wet below it. So we can have a little bit of a look at the mesh here. I'm on the western side of the fence. Wire mesh, tough wire. It's been bolted in. It's now been rusted in. And of course I'm still in the East Germany, but I'm on the other side of the security fence, and below me is the quarry. Walking down here we can see the wall is no more, but the security area. One can see on the other side, the right hand side, there is the remnants of the posts, and the forest, I presume, would have been here and cleared in the 60s, if not earlier, even the 50s. And this is still quite patently obvious. Another thing you can see in many areas is that the forest has reclaimed the border area, but the forest is different. It's not as high. It's a slightly different colour. So in the background one can hear the cars. Of course in those days one would not have been able to hear cars at all, because that'll go on the main road below. Good Scott. That gentleman's got a rather unusually coloured horse, a Dalmatian. Now apparently the area to the east is also a minefield, I suppose if people are riding the horses in it, there won't be many mines there left. Now, when I was here last time, there were warnings up not to do it. I see that the warnings have now gone. I do remember, though, being in the day I came back from the Golan in January 2005, seeing on the television that somebody had been either hurt or killed by either a mine or unexploded ordnance in the Golan Heights. Obviously that would have been 30 years old, but here we've got stuff which is much younger than that. So here's a post that history has forgotten. What is this post doing here, and why is it here? I think it was a barrier, maybe. And maybe there was something, because we can see a little circle here, and so something there went round, but it's not the right shape, because if it was like that then it would come in the wrong direction. I wonder what that post knows that we don't. In the Belgians death camp, although since they put the memorial they probably destroyed it, but there was a post with a bit of metal in it. We thought it was something to do with the train, but nobody really knew. And what tales would that post have had to tell us? Oh, there's another border control dog coming towards me. So this is a border control Labrador, and I'll show him something. Hey. Oh, there's a dog.
Musstest du extra Genehmigung haben, dass du hier rein durftest? Weil das so dicht an der Grenze war, ne?
Ja, ja. The point of putting this tubing on the top of the wall is to make it much difficult to get over. So you try and pull yourself over a tube, well, it's very difficult. As anybody who has done it will know. Whereas a wall is something you get a hold of and pull yourself over. You can see here quite well from the way it was actually shaped, with the bit of the pipe at the top, the posts, and the way it's all been stuck together. At this point there's this more unusual guard post lower, and as I recall there is also a sewer. Now the sewer is very important part of the defences. In East Germany was the only country in the world where it was illegal to own snorkeling equipment, because if you had that, obviously you want to snorkel your way out, possibly through the sewer. So we have this tower dating from 1976. Of course it was a problem with the people who were doing the guarding, because some of the people who were guarding weren't too keen on East Germany themselves. And between 1961 and 1987, around 2,400 of the border troops escaped. You got around this problem by mixing them.